This is the self-titled podcast of the Golf in Japan website, where you can check essential information in English about golfing in Japan, including more than 2,000 courses. We can help you book your round and make the whole process a whole lot easier. So check out golf-in-japan.com and start planning your Japan golf trip today.
Titleist Club Fitting, the fastest way to better. With a player-focused philosophy on fitting, Titleist offers a range of club fitting experiences from drivers to wedges. Your Titleist fitting specialist, thanks to an unmatched selection of products and technology, along with a wealth of fitting knowledge, will provide you with tour-quality fitting experience that can provide immediate benefits for your game. You can experience a fitting in English while in Japan. Just go to the Golf in Japan website and click on the Titleist banner. Or check the link in the description of this podcast. Titleist, the fastest way to better.
Okay, Golf in Japan. We're here. It's December 10th. I don't know what that signifies, but it could be payday for a lot of people. So happy payday, people.
Woot woot.
We're joined by full crew. So Ryan at the top of the screen. Hey Ryan, how's it going?
Hello everybody.
Pro Joe beneath me.
Nice to be here.
How do you like being beneath me? And of course Damon, how's it going, mate?
Konnichiwa. Good.
You'll notice that I have new headphones on because Ken Kabori was saying that our headphones are crap. So I did buy new headphones for everyone, but I only brought in my own. Sorry about that. But
I can't help but notice Damon's decked out. He's kitted up. Look at that.
Look at all this.
Swag.
That's amazing.
Got all the gear.
So's Joe. Joe's got his life preserver on. He's got Titleist and he's got Golf in Japan.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry, the other way.
We need to get
here.
Joe some Golf in Japan glasses or something. And,
That's right.
Well, I've worn normal ones today rather than the red ones. I get a bit of a hard time for wearing the red ones. So thank you, Peter Barnes.
I like the red ones.
Thank you.
Yeah. I like Dame
Bringing a little bit of
Edna.
colour to your life.
Dame Edna Everidge.
Hey, I've got red pants on today and green shoes.
Darling. Actually, just talking about, I won't talk about it, but the I've been on Temu about the golf stuff. I've just discovered the golf stuff, man, on Temu.
What's Temu?
So cheap. It's like a cheap Chinese Amazon.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Really
Oh my
cheap.
God.
Selling knockoff stuff or legit stuff?
Yeah, but I mean like stuff like tees,
Oh, yeah.
even golf, trousers, shoes, that kind of thing. It's so cheap.
Is it? Oh,
Case in
nice.
point.
This was a Temu purchase, wasn't it?
Golf
Yeah,
in
it was,
Japan
yeah.
tees.
They're coming.
So that whole bag, how many was it? Can you put them closer to the camera again, just to show the quality? These are wooden tees. These are bamboo tees.
Yep.
And they're the kind of mid-size length. I don't know how many centimeters, 8 centimeters, whatever. And I think the whole bag was 300 yen. So about
That's pretty good.
$2
Yeah, something like
It's good
that.
for
value.
100 tees.
Yeah.
But yeah, I discovered they do have knockoff stuff. Actually, there's the FootJoys and everything. They're exact replicas.
Right.
But it makes you think. Everybody makes their stuff in China. So is the factory just knocking out?
Yeah, I'm never quite sure about that narrative, but
I think it's a mixed bag. You get some really good stuff and some really
yeah.
Really
you get
horrible
what you
stuff.
pay for, basically.
buyer beware.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
It's easy to get caught up as well. I was caught up last night with its gamification. It's like you only have 6 minutes to order 300 things and you'll get one for free. And it's just
It does all that
oh
gamified
my God,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I
Oh.
don't like that.
Yeah, you got to stay away from that stuff and just choose what you think is good. And
It's trying to give you like some sort of gambling addiction as you're shopping.
So it's temu.com. Temu.
Temu, yeah. Temu.
Okay. I'll have to check it out.
Okay. It's a beautiful day, but it's cold in Japan. And I think, what we're going to do as a special request, we're going to circle back to warmer climes. And I think it was, can I say what his name was?
yeah.
David, was it?
Ben.
No, the person who requested that we do Fukuoka prefecture.
right.
Oh,
was on
Peter,
YouTube.
Peter, our friend Peter Barnes.
Yeah, he left
Shout
a
out.
comment
Australian.
on YouTube.
G'day, Peter.
I have to do it like this. Peter Barnes. Shout out to Peter Barnes for requesting it. And so we did do it before, but I just want to quickly run through Fukuoka and talk a little bit about what we know about Fukuoka and try and give people. So it's down in Kyushu. Ryan, where's Kyushu?
Kyushu's in the low south west.
Correct. It's apparently most famous in Japan for food culture and vibrant nightlife.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like the hip younger brother to Osaka or something.
I've only been there once. I think it's more like there's a lot of Korean and Chinese influence. Is that correct? Would that be right in saying?
Yeah, but it makes sense geographically as well.
I think it was one of the places where Japan started opening up, whenever it was. maybe after the black ships sometime, and then they, it just becomes more influenced by foreigners, and most likely China and Korea.
I mean, it's so close, right? Just a quick hop over the ocean.
Yeah.
How far from Osaka is it?
It's a good couple of hours.
Six
Like
hours,
by train.
yeah.
Yeah.
By train?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's only like an hour and a half plane, but
Okay.
I remember actually we actually had a meeting with Accordion one time, and they were telling us that, I can't remember which golf course it was, maybe you'd know, but people coming from Seoul could fly from Seoul to the airport, Fukuoka airport, get picked up by the hotel. The hotel would keep them there for a night, then they'd go play golf, they'd come back to the hotel, have dinner, go play golf again, then be dropped back to the airport and go back to Seoul. And that would be cheaper than a round of golf in one of Seoul's top golf courses.
Yeah.
Central Fukuoka, I think it is.
Is that one? Course, is that the one? Yeah. Incredible. Yeah. So yeah, renowned for its. I'm just reading this off the Golf in Japan website. Izakayas, bars, nightclubs. Nest between two rivers. The Nakasu district is the one, and it has a historical legacy from the Edo era. Sorry. And has an extensive red light district. There you go, Joe.
Oh, you'll have to cut that out.
We can't. It's the truth. We don't
I hope
hide
my
away
wife
from
doesn't listen to
anything.
this.
No, it's
Harry,
okay.
it's not true.
Don't worry, we all know you're banned.
Canal Street is a must visit, built
Am I
around
blushing?
an artificial canal, and hosts more than 250 shops, hotels, multiple theaters, and ranked among the world's largest malls. Is that right? Okay, and then it has a Fukuoka Castle, boasting 47 turrets, and has a surrounding moat. So that's the.
If I can say, I've never met a Fukuokan I didn't like. They all seem like they're really friendly. You know, all the ones I've met, and probably only like 15 or so, but they've all just been like really friendly. Kind of for the Japanese, sometimes they can be a little cold, but Fukuokans seem like it's quite kind of a warm, welcoming. They're good people.
Well, it's quite warm then. They're famous for their yattais, or street vendors doing food. So it's like they give you a little plastic cover and you huddle around, and everyone has a stool in front of a little bar.
Oh, yeah.
They kind of put the plastic cover around you, and then you eat hot pot and chicken skewers and drink a few beers. Yeah, that's good. The must-try dish is motsunabe.
Yep.
What's motsunabe? Anybody?
What's a motsu? Like a motsu.
You know what nabe is, right?
Oh yeah, it's a stew.
That's what the
It's a hot
sumos
pot.
eat.
It's
isn't
pork intestines simmered in a broth infused
thank
with
you.
garlic and chili peppers. An ideal choice for savoring in the chilly weather.
Probably tastes better than it sounds.
Yeah, and it's got ramen joe as well. So you're all right.
They got
You like a bit of
great ramen down there.
Did I?
Yep.
it? No offal. Thank you.
I was explaining to someone in Japanese what dripping was.
Oh,
And I was like,
Yeah.
I'm not really sure about it, but it's like the stuff that drips off a carcass when you hang it up. That's what dripping is.
isn't it? Isn't it the stuff
Because
when you
drips
cook?
off, right?
Yeah, and it
Yeah,
just,
they use it's like the
like,
gelatin
it's like fat and
bits.
yeah, and then they cook in it again and put it on bread and
It's like Vegemite. It's right up there.
Waste not, want not.
Blasphemy.
Vegemite's the best.
All right. Well, let's keep it highbrow, lads. So
How many golf courses are there?
I don't know. I was just about to say the top golf courses, but how many golf courses? Is that you asking me a question?
Yeah, a little bit rhetorical. There's about 56 courses down there around
56.
Fukuoka. Not bad.
Yep. Okay. Well, here's the list that we have compiled here for the top 5. Shima Seaside, Takaha Royal Country Club, Ogori Country Club, Yasukogen Country Club, Moon Lake Golf Club, Kurate Course.
Yep.
Is that the Moon Lake group that you see?
It
on
is,
there?
yeah.
Yeah.
Part of the PGM.
I like Moon Lake golf courses. They're very good. And of course, tell us a bit about your buddy Ben. He's down there
Oh,
working.
yeah,
isn't he?
Ben Warren. I think he's sort of a friend of the podcast. You know him, don't you?
I've played golf for him once,
Yeah.
man. The guy's
Yeah,
a legend.
mate of mine.
Yeah,
Really good guy.
great guy. So he runs Artisan Golf Design, and he's just done a renovation at the Classic Golf Club. I think it's 27 holes, and he's renovated 18 of them.
Nice.
He's turned 2 greens into 1, which is I think is a great idea.
Big undertaking.
To be honest, he's done some restructuring of the holes, and he's torn down a lot of trees for better views and things like that. So I think it's just finished. I think you can go down there and play, but might not be quite ready. I don't think the grass is all grown in yet. But they've got the 2028 Ladies Japan Open, and he's done a great job. He's an interesting cat, actually. I mean, we should get him on on the podcast. He's an architect, but he's also a shaper. So he does all the architectural work, but he can get on those great big machines and move all the earth around. And
Do you have that we call someone who's like really cocky a shaper in Ireland.
Oh, really?
Yeah, who's your man?
Well, he's
a bit of
probably
a
the least
shaper.
cocky person you'll ever meet.
I
He's
was
very
gonna
down to
say.
earth.
Yeah, he's a cool guy. Man.
He is a cool guy.
He's like a red-headed Scottish guy meets
Yeah.
California surfer.
Yeah, he's cool.
with an American accent.
With an
Yeah,
American
he does.
accent,
It's
yeah.
a little bit of a
But
mix
then
of
he'll
an
say
accent.
laddie.
Yeah.
Yeah. You were talking about him last week as well. You
We
were
were,
saying,
Yeah, we were.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he'd be like,
So
do you
he's
know
down
what I
there.
mean, laddie?
We got to get him on. Actually, we
Yeah.
got to get him on.
I think he's the only Gaijin who's actually having success in doing renovations on golf courses in
Yeah.
Japan. He speaks the lingo. He spends a lot
good.
of time here, but also a lot of time overseas, and he's worked with all the best designers, Core and Crenshaw and Oak, and very highly regarded. So, Ben, if you're listening to this, please come on the podcast.
And then go for drinks.
Yeah, likes a drink.
Yeah.
Good player too.
Great player.
Yeah, I think we talked about it last time. He's the one that
Yeah, he said he
carries around.
has this like
half
crap
a dozen
little
set.
golf bag from the 1920s, and it
Yeah.
only fits 4 clubs. But that's
Yeah.
all he has.
Yeah,
And they're all just irons. One says long, one says medium, one
Yeah.
says short. Fantastic.
and he uses persimmon. Like he's got a persimmon 3-wood.
Fantastic. Is someone
classic.
getting called?
Who's that?
Who's that?
Oh, it's me.
What a ringtone. It's like the Bionic Man.
But I think that's
Gonna
worthwhile.
squish a tennis ball.
I think it's worthwhile having a look because if I just had a quick look, I think it's the Classic Golf Club. I think is quite close to the centre of town too.
Ooh.
I think from memory, Ben said it might only be half an hour.
Is it part of the Classic group?
No, it's not.
No.
But I think the owners own other golf courses as well.
It is a members only course though.
Yeah,
But
Yep.
Ben is going to get anybody who listens to this podcast on.
I hope so. He's that type of guy though. He wants everybody to
would.
go
He'd
there
give it a go.
and play.
So going back to that, but a lot of golf courses in Japan have the 2 greens.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
they have the bent and the quarter, right?
Yep.
And the reason to change to 1 green is more due to cost of maintenance.
I would think so. Yeah, and I think it's also it's just a better
It makes
experience.
it makes the course easier, I would say. Yeah.
Yeah, better bunkering. I've always find with 2 putting greens, you've got 2 putting greens and you've got some funny sort of bunkering around them to sort of protect both greens. I don't think it works. But a nice, and they're usually sort of domed, small, round dome surfaces, so they're never all that interesting. I just find a much better, bigger putting green is a much better surface to hit into.
Yeah.
So good. I think it was probably quite hard work for him to get that over the line with the owners, but I think he's done a great job.
So
And
what,
they are pretty
what,
cool
do
putting
they, what do they
surfaces
do
too.
there? So, I mean, going from 2 to 1, are they completely demolishing
Yeah.
2 and creating a brand new one? Or
Yeah,
are
they just blow it up.
keeping 1?
Yeah, no, blow it up and
Yep, rego.
build a new one.
Yeah.
Did they actually blow it up?
I think so. Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Explosives. I think that's the idea that I conjure up in my mind. It's probably otherwise, but
It's an eruption.
probably been on
Just
one of those
take it
big
out.
shapers.
I can't remember if it was Ben that told me or someone else because there's, again, so many courses in Japan with the 2 greens, but to change it from 2 to 1, it's something like 15 million yen or $150,000 a hole to convert.
I think it can be. Look, this is
Maybe more.
me talking about it out of my backside, but I think it can be up to about $1 million US if
Per
you
hole.
do per hole for a hole.
Wow.
So yeah, if you're just doing a green, maybe David,
it's-
that
it's-
sounds about right.
Because it's not just like you make it and then you,
Oh, okay,
you take
so-
off. It's like you have to, it's a long. You got to be in it for the long term.
Long
You got to
term.
make sure the grass is okay.
Yeah.
Keep rolling it and,
Yeah.
and all the rest of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it's
to
big
do a
project.
27-hole course, it's quite a substantial investment.
So I think they've done 18.
Okay.
And there's another 9 which has got 2 putting greens on it still. But I think Ben's hoping that possibly in the future that they'll consider doing the other 9 as well.
Nice. I'll have to ask him all these questions when he comes
Yeah, when
on.
he comes in. Yeah.
It'd be so cool
Yeah.
to kind of pick his mind and see like what's going on. Is he telling a story through the flow of the greens, or just probably not? But what is he thinking about?
Oh no, I
you know?
think he's a little bit like that. Yeah.
He showed me actually when I gave him a lift home from golf one time, and he was showing me on his phone like what he was working on, and it looked very like this is a parkland golf course, but he was turning it into a links course. That's what it looked like
Yeah,
to me. Lots of sand, lots of natural areas, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And it looked amazing.
Yeah, he's very anti-trees.
Yeah. He's ripped out a lot of trees at this golf course, but I think it's lots of great vistas across other fairways and other holes, and obviously it lets sunlight in, so it's easy for the grass to grow. And yeah,
Big time. I totally agree with that. Our golf course is like a jungle. So
Yeah.
you could lose like I don't know 10,000 trees off the course, and
Sure.
nobody would even notice.
yeah,
But they love them. They're like, oh no, you don't
yeah,
take
they
the
do.
trees,
There's spirits in them and things like that, isn't there? Apparently so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
aliens.
And the golf
Yeah.
spirits.
Yes.
Okay.
So Yeah, so check it
So
out.
that's
Benoit and the
Fukuoka, yeah.
artisan golf design. So check it out online.
Yep.
Cool. We'll put a link. I'll put a link in.
Coming back
Please
to
do.
Fukuoka, if we continue to trace the line on the map down to Okinawa, so that's kind of closer on the, I think, to geographically down to Okinawa, and right, you got going down sort of the southwest, right?
It's part of Kyushu,
Moving down that way.
Yeah.
So, like,
Sorry, what's part of Kyushu?
Okinawa.
No, it's not.
no, it's not. But
Okay, close
Fukuoka is
enough.
part of Kyushu, right?
So Okinawa is Okinawa and Kyushu
Okinawa's
is Kyushu.
Okinawa. Some of the
Okinawa,
islands in
Okinawa
between
is in
are
the middle
part
of
Kyushu.
nowhere. It's so like not close to the rest of mainland Japan, I mean, which is why
Yeah,
it was a separate country until like the 70s or whatever, more or less. So, but Damon, you were saying that prices for Okinawa have set a new record, right?
Yeah, I mean, Okinawa really is, I would say, peak season at the moment, while the rest of like the main island, Honshu, even Kyushu, is getting some cold weather. It is lovely mid-20s down in Okinawa and very popular with the tourists. And I think one of the courses down there was reaching up around, 60, 70,000 yen around.
Wow, it's like $250.
No,
Right.
about
wait,
500.
Yeah,
$500.
that's like double, I think, the standard cost in the US. So,
That's Hawaii prices. You're going down to Okinawa, aren't you, for Christmas?
I am. I'm gonna skive off, and I had to go off the map a little bit. The chart. I'm going a bit uncharted. I'm going to Ishigaki-jima, which is kind of like the.
That's a great island.
Okay, I was gonna say it was like the armpit of Okinawa. That's a bit unfair to it, but it's kind of like the Maui of Okinawa in a sense. Like it's a bit more rural, or kind of like half of it is undeveloped, more or less. But there's no golf courses there. There's only one that is like it's part of the ANA or the IHG ANA Intercontinental Group, but they have a short course there, so I'm going to go and check that out.
Nice.
Can't wait.
That's cool.
Yeah,
And you've booked it. How much are you paying for that?
that is cheap. It's only 6,000 yen.
Okay.
So that's
18 holes or 9 holes?
9.
9.
Yeah, it's not a
Twice.
Temu course, is it?
Yeah, I think it is a Temu branded course. Yeah, I'll
That'd
get
be
there.
cool.
And, yeah,
I
I'll
mean-
get there, and everything will fall apart.
Damon, that was very good.
Thank you.
That
John.
was
Yeah,
very
good.
Quite humorous.
Okay, cool. Well, that was Fukuoka. So that's it to Banzi.
Yeah, Barnsey.
Good on you, Barnsley.
BB.
We had
Peter,
actually
keep
done.
listening.
He said we hadn't done Fukuoka before, but we actually had. We'd verified that. So you're wrong, and we're right. Big news happening tomorrow in the golf world. So we've been invited as media, as preferred media in the Japan space.
I didn't get an invite.
Well, we did, but we just hid it from you.
Yeah.
There are limits
Yeah,
to these
I
things.
understand.
Yeah. So, as you know, the PGA Tour have the Zozo Championship, but next year it's not going to be the Zozo Championship. They're announcing a new sponsor and a new venue tomorrow. So we're going to go, and apparently it's in the sponsor's office, which is near Azabudai Hills. That's all they've said. You're going near Azabudai Hills.
Oh, that's exciting.
That doesn't tell you anything, though. I mean, it could still be anywhere in the country, right? If they picked if they picked a new course, like, I mean, it could be, anywhere. Probably close to Tokyo makes sense, but
So this time tomorrow we'll know who it is. But can I ask you guys? We do actually know from inside information where the course will be, so we won't talk about that. But who do you think the sponsor is? Everyone gets one Japanese corporate name to announce. Let's start with Projo.
Uniqlo.
Oh, Yanai-san.
Yeah, Yanai-san.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they've got plenty of money.
That's a good one, actually.
That's a good one because Zozo's a clothing oriented.
No, but you got to think, like Uniqlo
Uniqlo.
actually sponsors some pretty big name golfers these days, including
Adam
Adam
Scott.
Scott. Yeah.
I think it's
Yeah.
only Adam Scott. Right?
No, there's a couple of Japanese players as well. Can't
Really?
name any of them, but yep.
Yeah, well, it's Kei Nishikori, the tennis player. He was a Uniqlo.
Yeah.
Ah, that's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. What
Yeah,
name?
that's actually a really good one.
but I thought I'd heard that like this company's never hosted a golf tournament before. Is that?
Oh, well, that puts that one to
How
bed.
did you hear
You know
that?
Well, I don't know. Just like I heard that somewhere, like through the
Uniqlo
grapevine,
hasn't?
But
Uniqlo has it hosted a golf club?
I don't think
course?
so.
I mean, he's
Golf
right into
tournament?
golf too. He owns, what's the name of the golf course in Hawaii he owns? The one they play the
Oh,
The
Waikile.
Sony Open.
Sony Open.
Waikile.
No, it's, that one.
It's got the W, the palm trees.
Hey, I got my money on Pro Joe on this one. I'd like that one.
So you're going to take Uniqlo as well?
Yeah.
Come on, Dad. Okay, you're going to go
Okay.
with me?
Yeah, I think so.
Unusual.
Yeah. Well, I actually gave you the idea and you just
Oh, really?
you said it first, but
Okay.
Saving Private Ryan, what have you got?
it's a great movie.
yeah,
Isn't it?
I'm going to go with Mercari.
Okay.
Medical.
Mercari. Oh, that's Zozo's direct rival.
It's like that.
Oh, well, then maybe that's what that might make sense for them to do it. It's also an English first company, pretty strong Western presence as well. So something like that might
Isn't
make
that
sense.
like Japanese eBay?
Yep.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And, so like, they would do with a bit of promotion in that. And I don't think and just to match what I think I'd heard, I don't think they've ever posted anything golf. So,
Okay. I'm going to say Murray Building. Murray do have 2 golf courses. They do sponsor a tournament on tour, and it's in the Aswadai Hills, which is their primo venue right now. It's the biggest of all the hills complexes.
That's the one that's right behind Ryan, isn't it?
yeah, I love
You probably
Morty's.
can't.
Morty's got
Look in
great.
his-
That's that. They own everything, especially around here. So all those buildings, as far as you can see, are behind Damon. All
Yeah.
Murray Building.
I mean, I could be eating my words tomorrow, but I think that would be the least likely candidate
Why?
because they're not a public consumer company, are they?
No, but they might be in a tax position where they can spend
true.
a couple of $1 million on.
If you think about
That
what
kind of
Ryan
stuff.
said, Medicati or whatever, another good one could be QVC,
Oh, yeah.
which is another big online shopping where, everyone goes out there, and they're already really big into the baseball, got their own baseball stadium and everything out in Chiba. So maybe they're trying to.
But if
break
you want to
into-
go there, then you could even say Rakuten. Rakuten, and I don't know if he has any
but-
golf thing.
never had such a big sporting event previously, so maybe both of those are out. I don't know.
Okay, well, good guesses. Should we? I think we're safe to say where it's going to be, because that's going to by the time this podcast come out. So we've heard that it's going to be Yokohama Country Club, which is a far better venue for the players because it's close to Tokyo, but it's also got 5-star hotels all around it. It's right on the coast. You can come in by chopper. It's got all of that kind of stuff there. So the players are definitely going to like it. But I've never played it. Joe, you've played it.
Yeah, I played it a couple of years ago. Yeah, and then I watched the Japan Open. I can't remember who won the Japan Open that year, but it was a composite course between the 2 golf courses. But Corin Crenshaw did a renovation there a few years ago, and I think it's the West course.
Nice.
Terrific golf course. Wow, really, really special.
Is it like a linksy type? Is it on the coast?
Yeah, look at it's not on the coast, but it's got a sort of linksy type of feel to it. I think they removed a lot of trees. I didn't play it before the renovation, so I can't speak intelligently of what it was like previously. But it's a really, really good golf course. It's going to be it's a real challenge.
Cool.
And how far away from Yokohama? It's like only like 30
I think
minutes.
it's
really
like
close.
from the center from Yokohama. I mean, we could probably look at it on our phones, but from memory, I caught the train down there and then caught a taxi, and I think it might have been 20 minutes.
Nice.
Sort of the center of Yokohama.
Yeah, it's old, isn't it?
What
Wasn't
a
it built-
difference.
What year was it built? Do we know? 1920s or something?
And you went soon after that, was it, Joe?
He's on fire today, isn't he? Our boy.
Boom. Oh, I like that one. That was a good one. Seeing your tour next year, Joe. Come at
Oh
that.
God.
Oh, that was brilliant. But I think we're gonna have. We've invited, and I think he has accepted Travis, who will be the tournament director, or is the tournament director. Was the tournament director of Zozo, and now he will be the tournament director of this. So he's going to come.
Good. He's a Titleist ambassador as well.
Yep.
He is.
Travis.
He's a good L player.
Good
I
player.
played him once, and he was
Yep.
smashing drives.
Yeah, really good player.
Couldn't chip for bananas.
Looks the part.
Yeah, does look the part.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Speaking about Yokohama Country Club, though, it was built in 1960, apparently.
1960.
I was thinking about 1946.
1960.
Something that might be kind of
And you're
interesting
still
about
able to play then? Jeez.
But you can imagine, even in Japan in 1960, it wasn't that built up. If you look at pictures of Tokyo Tower or Shibuya Crossing from that time, it's very, it's still very rural. It looks like, Shibuya is a small town.
It was
and people are
pre-bubble.
Yeah. And it's surrounded by fields and farmland. And I bet you Yokohama was right out there in the boonies, really. So when that
You got to remember, though, I mean, Yokohama was the first part of Japan that really opened its doors to
That's right.
the Western world, or the rest of the world, for that matter. through the ports there. So that's where all the embassies used to be, all the consulates.
I think that's an important point for this upcoming PGA event or next year's PGA event as well, is that it's very bilingual area generally. So I used to actually do a little bit of recruitment for Yokohama Country Club, and they were hiring a lot of English speaking kitchen staff or whatever it was. So that's going to be good for the players too to feel more at home and guests as well. So this might be one that would be great for tourists to come and enjoy Japan and check it out.
Yeah,
it is a hard area though to book courses, to be honest.
Yeah, it is.
There's not a
it's quite affluent that area though, isn't it?
It is. So it's got a lot of member courses around there, and all the other public courses or courses that are semi-private public, they're all out at the back of Yokohama area, like
Kamakura.
No, I'm talking way more inland over the mountains.
Okay.
So up near Kanagawa country and all of those sort of places, Hachioji, things like that. Atsugi, yeah.
Got an ace there, Atsugi Kokusai, shout out.
It's basically Western Tokyo at that point.
Yeah, the best courses to go down there would be, like you said, Kamakura country or Kamakura public. Great courses right down on the water there.
Yeah, Chigasaki's another one that's got a really cool 9-hole golf course down there too.
I heard about that
People should
one.
check out. So, guys, can I just add this? So it's 15 minutes from Yokohama Station to the golf course, and from where we are, which is almost central Tokyo, it's only 45 minutes in the car.
Wow. What a difference to Narashino.
Yeah.
Wow.
We do like Narashino though.
We do. It's a good golf course. You shouldn't pot it, but I think Yokohama Country Club is definitely a step up.
So when is Liv starting in Narashino?
Better ask Travis.
Yeah.
I'm sure Travis won't know. Or will he? We'll find out.
We will.
We in due course. Okay, cool. What else has been happening on the shall we go over to the
Shall we
professional
talk
circuit?
a little bit about golf?
The Bahamas?
Actually, we'll start on the DP World Tour because I'd like to talk a little bit about what happened in the Bahamas. The Nedbank Golf Challenge at the Gary Player Country Club in Sun City in South Africa is a golf course I've watched on television forever. Gary Player was there to greet all the players on the first hole, which was nice. Gary's 80-something years old and still the same old Gary. But
he had a few words to say, didn't he?
Yeah, he's got plenty of life in him. He still is.
Man, he still smashes the driver on the Masters, the first tee, doesn't he?
He's good.
Every year.
Yeah, actually, it was a real shame because there's a Titleist guy ambassador called Aldrich Potgater, who's a young player. He's just got his tour card on the US tour, and he was leading going into the last round, and unfortunately made a triple bogey. I can't remember what hole it was. Bladed a bunker shot and had a couple of chips, and anyway, ended up with a 75. So finished. I've got it right here. Finished tied second behind Johannes Veerman, who's an American player who hasn't won on tour for a couple of years, and he was very emotional in his speech afterwards. With the television crew. Hasn't won in a couple of years. He didn't know where his game was going, and now he's back. Pretty tough golf course because he won it at 5 under. So 5 under won the tournament, 71, 73, 69.
Wow.
70, 71, 73, 69. The money was huge. What I was really, I couldn't believe when I looked down this. He's won €1 million, just under €1 million for this event, which is really extraordinary money. Second place.
For the DP World Tour.
DP World Tour. Second place, there was 3 guys on second place, €424,904, which is just great money. Yeah. Great money. There was a couple of Japanese players in it, just the usual players on the DP World Tour. Yuto Katsuragawa finished 18th, which is nice to see him make a cut, won €71,000. And Ryo Hisatsune finished at plus 10. And I'm not quite sure.
Plus 10?
Yeah, plus 10. Yeah, it sent like 5 under won it. So it must be it is a tough golf course. I think it's
windy and stuff. Must be
not so much windy. I think it's probably pretty long, but if you hit it left or right, it's lost ball. You won't find it.
Wow, sounds like my game.
Buffalo and alligators and all that sort of stuff surrounding the golf course. So got to be a little bit
safari country.
It is like safari. Yeah, they've got some safari parks surrounding the golf course.
That's what you need to avoid, right? Hippos will take you out quicker than anything. Yeah,
they are. Sorry. So Hisatsune won €18,000, just over €18,000, which is not bad for 10 over. Guys, the Hero World Challenge. I watched the whole thing.
I know that. Sorry, just saying that last place in the Hero. So no cut, 30-man field. Last place got $150,000.
$150,000.
You're talking about 18 grand for what? Where did Hitatsune come?
55th.
55th. Okay.
Yeah. So
Wow,
almost, last place.
Different level, isn't it?
That is a different level.
I need a
So the
hero.
Hero World Challenge in the Bahamas at Albany Golf Club. So it's a Tiger Woods. His foundation is involved in the event. He's down there every year. He was there.
He was like the host, right?
He's
He is
the,
the
he's the
host,
host. And Tiger looks as fit as a fiddle.
He is ripped to shreds.
Ah.
My God.
Wow, he's
What a
finally
handsome
got
man.
he's
he was
finally
saying
got
he
shirts
wasn't
that fit him.
tournament. He was saying he wasn't really tournament ready though. But
No, he's still a little bit sore. I think
I don't
he's still
think he's
got
ever going to be
problems.
tournament ready again.
No, I don't think so.
Never
either.
say
He said
that.
he
That's
just-
blasphemy. How
He
dare
can't
you.
walk around the golf course, the poor guy. I think hitting golf balls is not the problem. It's just the
Well, he should walk on his.
It's the walking.
He should
I mean,
walk
he
on
looks
his arms.
he looks ribbed and all that type of stuff. It looks like he's
He could just walk on his arms. Those things are like tree trunks.
right. And he's wearing a shirt or two
Sunday
smaller,
red.
so it's the sleeves are cut at the right length compared to all his Nike apparel, which is always a little bit kind of loose and.
I'm
and
starting to
long.
come around. Did you see the Sunday red shoes?
Yeah, the FootJoy knockoffs.
Yeah,
You're talking about.
they look really nice.
They do. Yeah, it's a good.
Oh
it's
wait,
like-
are they FootJoys? Or
no,
are
they're
they-
not. They're
not.
Sunday.
They
yeah,
do look
Sunday
like
red.
FootJoys,
They do
yeah.
look like FootJoys. Yeah,
Very
they're
nice.
good looking shoes. Very classic sort of looking shoes.
he looked good.
$4,000 on Temu.
He looked good walking past JT as well. Did you see that? I thought that was funny. He was apparently they have like they're friends or whatever, but they were giving each other a bit of a.
Did he throw a
hassle.
tampon on him?
No, he was like he outdrew JT. He hit the ball further, and he was like walking by like, oh, is this my ball? No, it's yours.
You see
Oh,
that?
I guess I better keep walking then.
That old chestnut. He's done that every
Yeah,
time.
those two
There
are
was-
quite good friends and give each other a hard time.
But anyway, I was about to say before I was rudely interrupted by everybody, he seems to be losing a lot of hair. No,
I thought he's had a transplant.
when he took his hat off, I was like,
He's been like that for years, though.
no, it's like receding badly.
He had the widow's peak, and then it's I hate that when you see golfers and they're like so cool and cocky and
When
they
they
take
take
off
the
the
head
hat,
off, yeah.
and sometimes the tan line is just a shocker.
Yeah,
But when they have
too.
no hair, you're like, ah.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
My wife
Actually, I've never seen Joe without a hat off.
I'll do it in the next podcast. I'm here to support
Oh,
golf in Japan.
I didn't just tee
Or
that
show
up,
my
did I?
massive forehead,
I think
my
maybe
5 head.
maybe Joe and I have both got bunkers on the back of our heads.
Yeah,
you know?
The Channel O.
Stop it.
Where are the hair transplant? Everybody's going for hair transplant. I think it's Turkey.
Get one on
isn't it?
Temu.
Give one to me.
Get one on Temu.
Why just come in with a wig?
Actually, a friend of mine went to Korea to get the implants done. And what they do, they remove the hair from the back of your head and plant it all up.
That's right on the front.
But yeah, she came back
wherever
all
you're living.
like red and bleeding and shit.
I think that's what Elon Musk did. too.
Yeah, he did.
Oh,
Yeah,
my
he lost it early, and now he's got a full head of hair. I might just get a
I
wig.
know someone prominent in TAC who did that a few years ago. Disappeared to the Philippines for like 3 weeks and came back and he had a full head of hair.
Really?
We're like,
Wow.
oh. And he was a very blondie guy, and there was black.
It's black. They put the wrong color.
Suddenly
Yeah, like
curly.
somebody-
where
like
they
a-
pull that hair from? Yeah,
He had a tight curl, head of
Tight-
curls kind of
oh,
thing,
God.
and he came back with black straight hair.
I'll have to ask you after the podcast who that is. That's hilarious. I just wear it.
Can't
Gosh.
blame him. Can't blame him.
Anyway, sorry. Can we get back to the? Should we
Oh,
get
yeah.
back to the golf? Scotty Scheffler. That's his 9th win this year.
What a hero.
I think it's not part of the Order of Merit, the event. I don't think it counts to. I don't think it
Who
gets more
cares? He's
ranking
already
points or
got
anything
Player
like
of the
that.
Year. He's already won the most money. He's already got a major.
Yeah,
blah,
so
blah,
it's,
blah.
yeah, 9 wins. So he won the Masters, the Tour Championships, the Players Champs, gold medal,
Yep.
and this amongst other tournaments. So what an amazing.
Did you hear what he
amazing
said?
year.
Like someone said, like, how could you top off this year? You know, and he's like, well, when I look back at it, there's half of the tournaments I entered I didn't win, so I'd like to win them.
Just what a phenomenal
you
player.
greedy git.
He's a cool cat though too. I mean, like just
Yeah, he's
very
awesome.
collected. You know, like you can't
He
find
deserves it.
anything to dislike. So.
Fair play to him. He deserves it.
Yeah.
He's brilliant.
I mean, he
He's
had
the
a
best
great
golfer
year.
on the.
So many wins,
Yeah.
getting arrested.
Yeah, that's right.
What a rebel! Yeah, he's an outlaw.
yeah.
Yeah. So he won at 25 under. He won by 6 shots from Tom Kim. You know, and it was level. They were level pegging sort of on the front 9, and then he just turned the jets on, and off he went. Shot 9 under in the end.
Five
The iron play was
birdies
just
in a row.
5
or
birdies in a
something.
row, and just did it easy.
Is his putt style kind of weird too? Like
Yep.
he has like that.
He
Like
changed
He
it.
changed
Well
it.
spotted. He changed it this week,
Yeah.
didn't he? He went
To
to the left hand low claw.
Yeah, the claw or the painter's grip or whatever
why?
you want to
Why is that?
call
Just
it.
so like you can steady it better by having one extended or something? Or?
Yeah, I think he's always had a little bit of trouble with his putting, even though he's still a great putter. But he was always a guy that would miss 1 or 2 putts, you know, sort of 2 and 3 footers, and And he's been working with his putting coach for a little while, and he suggested that he try this. So I think it's anything inside 15 feet. He's using the new grip, and anything outside of that,
That's right. Saw him still swapping over a couple of times
because he said his traditional grip, he's got better feel from further away. So I think he looks really good over it. To my eyes, whenever he used his normal grip with short putts, he always looked a little bit yippy. Yeah, there was a little bit of a twitch in that
was
stroke.
the only chink in his armour.
Correct.
Before he won the Masters the first time, he'd miss short putts and stuff.
Well, do you remember on that last hole when he won his first Masters, he whacked the last hole and missed a couple from nowhere.
I remember, yeah.
So
it's in there.
He's definitely, he steadied the ship though. I mean, this could be ominous for next year. He might just wipe the floor.
Absolutely.
You watch how many golfers are going to come out with that grip now?
Yeah, they will.
On the putter.
Gary De Silva, who's another listener.
It looks nice. Yeah,
me too.
Right.
He's
hashtag me too.
Yeah, I hope Gary's listening to this. He's one of our members, and he's just gone to it. He gave me a message the other day how he's been trying it, and he putted from 3 feet. He did 99 out of 100. He missed his 100th putt.
Wow!
But with this new grip, can't miss. And Gary's a really good player and has never been great from 3 feet.
Do you get all those kind of random texts from people saying, I just did 100? If one of my mates texted me and said, I've just done 99 putts in a row.
Every day, I'm like this
just be
from
like,
people.
That needs to be a new segment.
I would be just like, what are you emailing me that for?
But, I love it. I encourage my students to give me reports on how they're playing. So I enjoy it.
It's like people who, I was actually playing golf with someone, shout out to Hiroko, who... She was like, before we eat anything at lunch, she's taking pictures of it and sending it to her trainer. And then he's like saying go or no go. So I was like, if he said, okay, there's too much saturated fat in that meal, you'd stop eating it. And she was like, yeah.
Really?
Or he'll say, don't eat the rice, eat the carrots or whatever.
Wow.
So I'm like,
yeah.
What? But yeah, so you're like that for golf.
Yeah, I like it. I'm a golf nerd at heart.
Wait,
so
hang on.
I like listening to
I've only done that
stuff.
to you once. I remember I was on a fam trip in Mia and my swing had gone and I was just doing something awful and I just said to a caddy, take a quick video of my swing, and it was me shanking a driver, and I sent it to you and you just went, give up. And I'm like, no, seriously, I'm actually on this fam trip. I have another 3 days of golf ahead of me, playing with people. I need to perform here. And
no, that's not true. I can remember.
I'll pull it up.
No, I remember this, to be honest.
You said give it up.
Yeah. I remember
not
this.
true.
Just stop.
Yeah.
I sent you a nice video. I said, this is what you're doing. This is what you need to do.
No, that was another time. After I gave you grief about doing that to me and Mia.
Well, because you were teasing me about my half swing.
Yeah, that's true.
So it is true.
But you do have a half swing.
No.
Joe came in clutch with the Zozo questions, if you remember.
I did.
Like
That was
press
legendary,
questions.
yeah.
That was awesome.
That's right.
That was good.
Anyway, look, Scotty Scheffler.
I feel
Tom
sorry for
Kim
JT, man.
JT, yeah, he sort of fell apart. I think Scotty was too much for him.
He even duffed a little chip, didn't he?
He did.
Just on the
It's just
17th.
he would chip those in half the time.
Now, do you know what it is? It's the consistency. Like he comes out, he shot a 60 something on 65 maybe on Saturday, and he was beating Scotty by 2. But Scotty's just so consistent.
Yeah.
So his kind of crappy day is a good day, and then when he just manages to turn another gear, he's just so much better than everybody.
Isn't he?
It's just the consistency, and then he has another gear. So JT doesn't have the other gear. I can feel that he's like more like human.
Yeah,
Good day,
Scotty,
bad day. Good day, bad day.
Scotty's doing is it's a little bit freaky at the moment. I still don't think he passes the eye test. I don't think that's maybe why he gets the kudos that he deserves, because of his golf swing, and he's all over the place and he's off balance and things like that. But the results.
Is there golf pros out there teaching the Scotty shuffle, where he does the moonwalk in the back or in the follow through?
No, there's not. I mean, Norman did it for a lot of his career, made the same move. Probably not as exaggerated. Yeah, if you look at Norman, there's some stuff on YouTube where when he was number one in the world for 5 years in a row, he was number one in the world, made exactly the same move. And what they talk about hammer throwers. If you look at hammer throwers, and when they release the hammer, their right foot is always in the same position. And there's been some stuff I've read about it. There's a reason he does it, whether it's stabilization or creates a little bit more speed for him. But Norman, he's done it. But Scotty's got, it's not just the right foot. He falls over sometimes as well. But moment of truth, at impact, he's brilliant.
Yeah. Speaking of Greg Norman, is it true that he got the sack from Liv?
No, I think he's about to be replaced. I'm not sure whether he's walking or he's going to be replaced. But
no, he was always meant to be finishing up at that time. That was part of the original agreement.
Okay.
So Damon has missed a live, so we should.
No, it's just someone needs to put Joe in his place.
And Damon, what do you think about Tony Finau? Him and his wife put it out there. That
I told you it wasn't true. Who
you
brings
told me.
these rumors up?
And then you
I
said he
don't
was
know,
going.
I mean, there was
and
a
then
lot of even like reputable.
It was in the newspaper, so it had to be true.
even reputable like
No way.
golf brands were putting it out there. So you thought because there is always
So what was the tournament he pulled out of just recently?
This one, the Hero.
Oh, was it? No,
Yeah.
there's another one as well. He's put out of 2 then.
Was it?
And so I think
Sure.
that was kind of something that
linked to it.
maybe sparked the fire under the rumors there. But
Okay. And then
yeah, true, not true, Joe. I mean, just stick to the facts.
I feel a bit bad actually because I potted him and said that he's not a great loss for the PGA Tour if he does go for live. But now I'm happy to have him back. Love you, Tony.
Yeah.
If you're a listener,
Fair
come on
weather.
the podcast.
Fair weather
Yeah.
fan.
I like Tony, man.
I think he just
I like
unfollowed
Tony.
you, mate.
He's got a great game, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's got a great game, and he's quite. Him and his family are quite funny on. I think it's Instagram where they do
Oh yeah, I watch him as well.
dancing and singing and stuff like that.
Yep,
There.
and I love when
Yeah,
they go
fair
to
play
the
to 'em.
tournaments and how they get the houses done, and with all the private jets and everything.
Yeah,
Was awesome.
he's cool. There was footage of him winning a big tournament. It might have been a year ago, and the following day on the Monday, he was caddying for his kid at some public,
Oh, nice.
or whole family. The kids
He's
were all
awesome.
out there
He,
playing.
he normally travels with quite a big group, right?
Yeah,
Doesn't he have like 4 or 5 kids or something?
Yeah.
yeah, and he's got a brother who was, I think his name was Kipper, who was actually supposed to be a better player than Tony back in the day. He was a really, really good amateur, and they had lots of tickets on him. They thought he was going to be a superstar ahead of Tony, and then he just never eventuated for him. And Tony's gone on to become a world-class player and a PGA
Fantastic.
Tour stalwart. And good to have you, Tony.
I heard.
Glad you haven't got to live.
I heard Tiger's going to be playing with
miss you.
his. I heard Tiger's going to be playing with his son next week.
Oh, the PNC.
The
Yeah,
PNC.
and
Yeah.
JT with his father and stuff like that. That sounds like another.
Yeah,
just
it's
more
always-
family fun.
That's an
That's-
annual event. Yep.
Who? Oh yeah, actually, I remember watching Nelly Corda's dad, who I think he was a famous
Yeah, tennis player, Peter Corder.
Peter Corder, yeah.
Great player.
They actually look like they could. Obviously Nelly's got the game, but he looks like he's got a bit of a game. They could
I-
threaten.
Yeah, I think
reckon.
Peter Corder was he was a top 5 player in the world through it might have been the 80s. He played for Czechoslovakia or something like that, and then moved to the States. That's why his kids are all Americans. So there's the 2 girls who are superstar golfers, and I think the son is also a
He's on
really
the
good
tour,
tennis
yeah,
player.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
But another dark horse in that one would be Padraig Harrington and his son.
oh yeah,
I think, they'll probably come out because they get up to a certain age, don't they? And then they're not allowed to play anymore. Maybe something like that. Maybe I'm wrong on that one. But I think that kid's going to be a professional golfer. He's really good.
Poraig's son. Yeah.
Porag,
How do you say it?
Porig,
Poraig.
Paddy,
Poraig.
Paddy.
Paddy.
Yeah.
That's
Paddy.
that's Paddy in Irish in Gaelic.
Okay.
Porig,
Poraig. Sorry, Poraig.
porridge. Sorry, porridge. Okay, cool. What were we talking about? Have we finished everything? Was there anything happening in Japan or anything?
There was a question bandied around earlier in our chat. I think it came from Ryan about how to withstand the cold when you're playing golf in Japan.
Yeah, if I can tag on to that real quick, I feel like the seasons and stuff like that are kind of out of whack in Japan
They are at the
for your
moment.
understanding.
They are, yeah.
Like, for example, for me, October is when you see like the change of the autumn colors. That doesn't happen in Japan until November. And then, December, you think, okay, white Christmas, like you're going to have snow and stuff like that. But it doesn't really snow here, at least in Tokyo, until maybe January at best. So it always seems like it's like a month behind. So actually December seems like this is perfect for
I
golfing.
agree, Ryan. Yeah.
And yet, so January might be too cold, or it might be very cold. But just looking at that, like, what do you prepare for golfing in the cold? I mean, what's to expect in terms of winter golf? I was just sort of curious about that.
Same as winter golf everywhere else. Look at that sky out there. As long as you've got a blue sky and not too much wind, it's fine because you can go off into a t-shirt almost because it's so strong, the sun. So it's not too bad. In the mornings it's nippy. You need to. What's that stuff that they have that you smack it and then it warms
Kaido.
up? Cairo.
Cairo, yeah.
That's awesome. That you put that in your pocket.
Oh, those little patches that you put in
Yeah,
your
you
pocket.
get-
Hand warmer.
That's a top
Yeah, the
tip.
hand warmers. Yeah.
You get 2 of them, you crack them open and it's like cement or something inside them and you go like that and then you put them in your pockets.
They're so prolific here too. They got some you
yeah.
can put in your shoes, like they're shoe
Oh, yeah.
shaped, or in your hat or whatever.
Yeah, a lot of our golf courses, they're in the buggy. It's sort of part of it. You pay for it.
Yeah,
We
a lot
do,
of-
no, we do
Ideal,
that. We
right?
give them for free.
Yeah, a lot of
Oh, do
courses
you?
give
You
them
do
out.
that?
Yeah.
And
Kieran,
you know what else
Yep.
we do? So we have tea houses after about 3 or 4 holes on each 9, And when you get there, we give you something free. I think I talked about this in the summer. We give kakigori or whatever, but now we're giving like a hot wonton soup. So you just drink it and you have your little dumpling. Or we're doing a heated up konnyaku jelly and then like a miso paste on top. Different things like that. Or on the back nine, I think hot chocolate. Give you a cup of hot chocolate as you get, so little things like that.
Yeah.
Japan style, very nice.
I think it's important just to walk. Don't sit in the buggy.
For sure.
And the other thing that I would say is my hands get cold. That sort of ruins me. So a pair of gloves and those hand warmers that you guys were talking about, I think is
2 gloves.
Yeah, you can actually put those hand warmers inside the gloves, and that keeps your fingertips warm. And as long as you're walking around the golf course, I think it's never that cold. Like Kieran said, it's beautiful blue skies, and as long as the sun is out, you don't have to wear like what I'm wearing. Someone called it a life preserver.
You almost need to take like a full wardrobe though, right? Because you get there early in the morning and you need like 2 or 3 layers on.
True.
When it's really still cold out there. And then when you start hitting a few shots, the sun rises a bit more. And then all of a sudden you're down to, possibly a one long sleeve and a vest or something. And then, even last week I was playing still in a t-shirt, but in the morning, 2 or 3 layers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So be prepared.
Yeah, the wind is actually, but I know it's windy all over the planet. But I always find that it really starts. That's Japanese winter golf. Sorry, I'm getting text here,
blowing up over
nonstop. Yeah, but I like when you're playing in the wind, keeping it low, hitting only irons.
Yeah,
wouldn't you say, Joe?
Yeah, absolutely.
Just leave the driver out in the bag, which I never do, but that's what you should do.
Especially when you hit 7 of them out of bounds, like you did the other week.
I did. Shot on 93 with 7 out of bounds.
Amazing. That's good golf. Can I just bring up one point that I think Damon was talking about off air? Was I think there was something said on Reddit about golf in Japan. Are we okay to bring that up? Or?
That were awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there was a negative comment.
Yeah, so it came from a customer that he was a single. And so people need to understand that singles, you can't just go onto any golf course and play as a single. Only certain golf courses have tee times for single players, and you get paired with other singles.
Yeah. Sorry, we don't allow single overseas guests to join our members at all.
So Taihei,
nobody does.
Yeah, so,
but golf in Japan we do, obviously.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, and so what happens, so the golf course won't confirm the tee time until 12 p.m. the day before. So if there isn't more than 2 players, they'll cancel it. So it's got to be that. So we had one customer, and we thought we had made this quite evident to them, but unfortunately, they didn't get enough players, and their tee time got cancelled. And he wrote quite a negative review on us on Reddit. So
it really put the blame, like the full blame, on us for some reason, even though it wasn't totally out of our hands. So.
And you tell people beforehand that that's the case. That if it's not confirmed, unfortunately, you can't play here by yourself. So,
but they can't help to think that it's like a home. They think, I can walk into any country club and be paired with somebody, and that's it. But I mean, did we refund them and all that kind of stuff?
They never paid anything. I mean, this is the other thing too, to write such a negative comment when they actually never even paid anything. Yeah. But it's quite funny, because if you read through the whole thread there was other people that said, "Oh, really? Yeah, we had great experience with golf in Japan, and and we dealt with these people, etc., etc." So, I mean, there's 2 sides of every story. Unfortunately, we haven't engaged in replying to that one. I think it's not of interest to me. So.
It's a bummer, to be sure. Heart goes out to him. I mean, it's a shame, obviously, if you're looking forward to it and it didn't work out, but it's outside of our control. But like, if you look at some of the reviews, if you check out like us on Google Maps or things like that, it's just people are having great fun on Japanese golf courses, and we're helping out with that. So.
Yeah. Well, look, even on our golf courses, there's platforms for Japanese golfers where they do nothing but complain about it. So, and we try and answer every single one to say, like, we're sorry that day someone was mean to you or whatever, or you weren't allowed to play through. Sorry about that. You try and do these things, but there's people who just want to complain about it, and they're basically haters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it is what it is. Like, he doesn't know us. He didn't experience the service. He didn't even pay for anything. So, it's what it is.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Moving on.
Better luck next time.
Yeah, big time. All right, we're moving on in time here, lads. So, is there any golf happening this weekend, people? Or tomorrow in some people's cases.
I've got a Christmas do at our Sunor Hillcrest
that's
golf
nice.
course
Oh, wow.
on Friday. There's 40 of us going out there for a hit, and then dinner back in Tokyo after that.
Will there be like a Christmas exchange? Because I can
Is
almost
that like a
imagine
staff thing?
there's going to be
So
novelty gifts for days of funny teas.
That's cool if they allowed 40 of their staff to play. Is it 40 staff?
It's members, so it's a mixture of members and staff, and sales staff and their members. I think we have to get dressed up in Christmas outfits. So I'm sure there's some pretty rank jumpers, Christmas jumpers.
But you're just doing the Santa, right?
Sorry, I'm the Santa, am I?
No, I was going to say
My-
Colonel Sanders.
It's either that or
Colonel
Colonel Sanders.
Sanders.
Yeah.
You're bringing the chicken.
But it has to be said in Japan, Kentucky Fried Chicken is just what all Japanese people eat on Christmas
They
Day.
do, don't they?
How the hell did they?
What a
happen?
great marketing campaign
Right?
that was.
Someone did an unbelievable marketing campaign back in the day, and it's a tradition that's going since I came here.
Well,
anyway.
wasn't it just as simple as a lot of the Kentucky Fried Chicken places here? They've got the Colonel Sanders figure outside, like life-size figure, and they started putting the Santa Claus
outfit on him? They
outfit
would
on
take
him,
pictures
and
and
it
stuff.
just went like from there. I don't know.
Yeah, but they all eat it, don't they?
Yeah, they line up.
Yeah.
But I think, for New
have to
Year's,
order it.
they osechi, so they don't want to cook on New Year's, so they have this huge box that they usually spend a lot of money on for all these different delicacies in it, and they'll pick at that all day on New Year's. So I think it's the same kind of vibe. They want something that's just ready to eat, and they just get a bucket of chicken.
Well, I think it also kind of comes from like the whole like American thing of eating turkey on Thanksgiving, and you usually in America at least we usually have a bird that we'd eat, like some sort of roasted chicken or something like that on Christmas Day as well. So I think it kind of starts from some legitimacy, but then this restaurant was like, "Hey, you want chicken? We'll give it for you. We'll give it to you," and they just marketed it, and it it kind of stuck. So.
Yeah, well,
Okay, well, I think we have another podcast before Christmas, so we won't have our Christmas episode just quite yet. But and I know you're going playing golf tomorrow. Are you playing golf tomorrow, David?
me? No,
Thursday.
Thursday.
Try and join. We're also going on Monday, aren't we?
We go Monday to Narashino with
Narashino.
shout out to Julian from the Bugatti Hotel.
Awesome. Yeah, he's a good
Aussie
guy.
Julian.
Aussie
What a great
Julian,
guy.
Yeah, I've played with him before.
Yeah,
He's a good crack.
he is.
All right, lads. Well, it's good to have you back, and I'm interested to see what happens tomorrow with the new Zozo or
Yes.
Uniqlo, as you said. I think it's the Mori Cup. But
Sorry,
let's see.
Kieran, who did you say you believe is
Maury.
going to be the sponsor? Oh, sorry, Maury.
Mori,
Ryan
Mori
was
building.
Mercari,
Mercari, yeah.
and then Damon copied me.
Yeah, guilty as charged.
Maybe it'll be Nintendo
With Uniqlo.
or Sony.
I like Uniqlo now that you mention it. Makes a lot of
We
sense.
shall see.
Toyota. Last one. Last one.
Yeah,
Before
just
Toyota.
shove
That's it.
them. Yeah, to start name dropping now.
All right, guys. Thank you very much, and sayonara. We'll see you next week.
See you
All
next
right,
week.
see everybody.
Bye.